A tech toy to make traveling easier. That's our Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin, and joining us from Toniebox is Marketing Director Drew Vernon. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Fred. How are you doing?
Terrific. Well, for families planning a trip in the car over the summer, the Toniebox can be a lifesaver. First, let's give everyone a sense of just what it is.
Yeah, the Toniebox is a screen-free speaker system for kids. It uses figures to play different types of songs, stories. And the thing that's really great about it is that a young child, as young as 2 or 3, can operate it all on their own without a screen. And so they place a figure on the box and it will play whatever content it's programmed to play. So it makes for a great independent listening device, especially in the car as we head out for different road trips this summer.
And these can be customizable too with some of the Tonys. Tell us how that works.
Yeah, there are 2 types of Tonys. One is called content Tonys. Those are pre-programmed. So that's, your storybook characters like the Cat in the Hat or Disney princesses or different types of songs. And then we also have creative Tonys, which are the ones with little pointy ears on top. Those actually come blank and they're programmable with up to 90 minutes of your own content. So whether it's the child wanting to write their own songs and stories, or maybe it's a grandparent who wants to read a bedtime story or just to share a special message whenever they want, they can put that onto a creative Tony through our app.
And when we talk about portability, this is a lightweight speaker, so easy for a child to carry around, and I guess it's ruggedized too to some extent.
That's right. The speaker is encased by a layer of foam, which is encased by durable fabric. And so it's about 5-inch cube, and the child can squeeze it. They can throw it around. It's very rough, and it's not going to break the Toniebox, and the Toniebox is not going to harm the child.
And the experience really is it can bring stories to life here. And these can be very familiar stories to kids, the books that they have. You've got a lot of content deals. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. So we partner with all of the different entertainment companies, Disney, Universal, Viacom, as well as different publishers, including Dr. Seuss, The World of Eric Carle. So favorite storybook characters, favorite TV and movie characters, anything can be put onto a Tony. And what's great is that because it's screen free, all of the imagination happens in the mind of the listener. And so that's actually a creative muscle that the child can develop by paying attention and listening to a story that doesn't have a visual stimulus.
And the portability factor here to bring it in the car, this does not need to be plugged in, right? It's rechargeable?
That's right. So it has a 7-hour battery life. So you can take it in the car, use it all day, and then recharge it at night.
I think I even saw on your site there is a USB charger for it too. So if you want to take this on the road in the car, you can keep it charged up.
There you go. Yeah, for all day listening.
And headphones are available as well for parents who might be driving and not wanting to be listening to the story.
Yeah, that's a great point. We do sell headphones. Any headphones will actually plug into the box, and you can actually put up to 4 headsets on a single box.
Which can be great when you have a car full of kids, right?
Sure, absolutely.
How many Tony characters are there now? And I know this varies from country to country a bit, right?
Yeah, initially we started in Germany about 6 years ago, and so they're a little bit ahead of us with over 500 characters. We've been in the US for coming up on 2 years, and we're up to about 80, I think, but we're launching about 3 or 4 new figures a month.
What are some of the latest that parents and kids should know about?
Yeah, so last month we launched Pocahontas from Disney, as well as John Henry, which has some classic tales and stories. A new one from Peppa Pig. So Peppa's, I think it's Peppa's brother George. I could be wrong on that, but George from Peppa Pig. And then Cat in the Hat, which is one that I was really excited about. I was part of the deal that brought Dr. Seuss into Tony's. So we launched our first Dr. Seuss Tony.
Does that mean you're hinting that we're going to be seeing more Dr. Seuss characters coming up?
We will, yeah. We'll see at least one more later this year, and then we have a few more in development that will be coming next year.
That sounds great. I can almost see Horton on the box now, and and Gertrude McFuzz might be a tough one depending on how many feathers you put on her tail. So there are so many great stories in that whole Dr. Seuss line that for you to be able to tap into, aren't there?
There really is. I think that's a great addition to the assortment, and I'm looking forward to bringing some more Dr. Seuss figures to the mix.
What's the sweet spot when it comes to the age range that this is intended for?
Well, the audio system isn't just about the listening experience. It's actually about the tactile play as well, which is why we use figures. And there's something about the early stages of preschool development where children are learning how to manipulate different things in their hands to put figures on the box. The navigation is actually tactile as well. You give the box a nice little whack to advance to the next chapter or story. So I would say from a tactile play standpoint, preschool is really the sweet spot, but we continue to release additional titles for older children as well. So our partnership with National Geographic will appeal to children, 6, 7, 8 years old and above.
And there are starter set bundles. So the Tonys can be purchased individually. The box can be purchased on its own, I guess, but the bundles, I guess, are the best deal.
Yeah, the bundles I would say are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. We offer bundles at tonys.com. Also, you can find some at Amazon or Target. And I would just encourage people to look around and see what the best value they can find.
And some can be customized on the website too.
Yeah, on tonys.com, you can actually pick your own bundle. So you kind of put together the customized figures that you want to have, and that will give you the bundle pricing with the customization.
So tell us what you can about some of the things that are going to be coming for Tony's, because this system continues to grow.
Yes, so there are a lot of titles in the works. As I mentioned, we're launching 3 or 4 of these per month, and we continue to do so, kind of in perpetuity. There's so many characters and stories to tell. Coming this month, we have Mater from Cars. Also, Eleanor Wonders Why, which I believe, I could be wrong, I think that's a Netflix show. Also, you mentioned Horton. That's actually our next Dr. Seuss Tony. It's going to be Horton Hears a Who. That's coming next month. And then we are gearing up for holidays. So, coming August, September, there's going to be a variety of releases in time for holiday.
And you mentioned it before, but we also want to emphasize the fun that people can have customizing the stories. A grandparent or a parent can pick up any book and read it into the system. And that character that you have, the customizable Tony, allows that story to be played over and over by the kids on demand.
That's right. And that really makes it an interactive experience between grandparents and their grandchildren. And it's a point of connection as well, because you can stay in touch by sharing those stories and special messages.
Terrific. Well, the website again is Tonies, TONIES.com. Drew Vernon, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
It's always a pleasure, Fred. Thank you.